today I am doing a collab with my girl, my friend, my bestie, Jessa Jaguar. I have known Jessa for several years now, and I think during the pandemic we have just gotten closer. She's just so cool, y'all. Let me tell you, not only is she hella smart, but she's like hella talented, hella gorgeous, and she's my friend, so like what else could you ask, right? Jessa is in the healthcare field, and like on the side, homegirl is a full-on like pole dance instructor and performer. I watched one of her videos, one of her shows virtually. Child, I was throwing money at the screen. I was like, yes! So, love her. So we decided that we are going to do a video, finally. She works like 25 hours, 8 days a week. And so finally we had some time that sort of overlapped for us to do this. And we decided to use one of the Dame's palettes. This is Huetopian Dream. This has been my like birthday palette this year. And given that my birth month is done, you know, I'm gonna just go ahead and do one last look for my birth month with Huetopian. Wait a minute. Child, I don't know why they try to pretend that these bralette things are for people with big boobs. Like, they not. And I don't need any recommendations, believe me, when I tell you that they don't have them for me, okay? I'm a little upset by that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start a look. I told Jessa I wasn't gonna do a long video, and I'm gonna try to stick to that. Also, I'm gonna be using a couple of newer brushes. These are from Anisa Beauty. If you've watched a few of my videos before, you've seen that I've used their concealer brush. I often use it to blend out my eyeshadow primer. Oh, here it is. So here is that. And so I picked up their foundation brush. This is a bronzing brush, and then this is a multi-use powder brush. So I'm excited to use those. They were like 50% off, I think, because of the brand owner's birthday or something. I don't know. I get it, girl. Just celebrate all the time. Okay, so since I'm using my Pat McGrath shadows, I was thinking I will use her primer, the Pat McGrath Labs primer. So just gonna go in with that. So this was a chill week for me. I didn't go into the office. I was really trying to take time off, but you know, that is a bit harder to do when you like are your own business or whatever. So for the most part, I feel like I was able to take time off, but I did have to do some work, unfortunately. Cause you know what? Like, trauma doesn't care if I'm on vacation. Sometimes people have to reach out, which is fine. I want them to do that, but it does make it a bit harder to like really just relax, you know? So I think if I'm, like, I need to be away. Like, I need to be in another country without, like, phone access or something to get a real actual break. So, we need to plan that. Now I always go into this shade here, so I'm going to try to not do that and go into another shade. How about we start with this one? Okay. So the one thing with Pat McGrath stuff, it's like, there's gonna be fallout. So I had a pretty chill birthday. I started by going to get a 90-minute massage, y'all. Whoo! Child, I heard myself snoring on that massage table. And I've already scheduled another one, just like an hour-long one this time. But I really do need to make it a point to go get them more often. I think I've mentioned, like, I hold a lot of my emotion and tension and stuff in my body, which, you know, I think a lot of people do, especially given that I work with a lot of trauma. You know, sometimes that stuff can, even if you're not like mentally feeling like you're holding on to it, you can be holding on to it in other ways. And for me, I don't know if this is the same for other people, but a lot of my stuff comes in the form of like somatic symptoms. So like my head will be hurting, or my stomach will be hurting, or all my muscles are hurting, you know. I came to realize that a few years ago. So I might be like, oh my God, I'm totally fine. And then, you know, I'm like, why do I have this headache? I want to go away. So I think having more frequent massages will actually really help that. And honestly, every time I go get a massage, that's what they tell me. And it doesn't even feel like it's one of those, we're trying to make money off of you. Maybe it is, but it doesn't feel like that, because like they genuinely seem concerned. Like the massage therapist, he called me by my whole government name, and he was like, who did this to you? Who is stressing you? And I was like, huh? I don't know. So I'm gonna try to be, I'm not gonna try, I am going to be more purposeful in scheduling that self-care kind of stuff. I just need to make that more of a priority. But see, when I get a massage, I like to not have anything else to do afterwards. When I tell you, this massage like knocked me down for the whole day, because you know, it just like made me super relaxed, like releasing toxins and all that stuff. Child. So I was like, everybody was like, what are you gonna do today? I'm like, girl, I'm tired. But I did have a very nice dinner. Had some ice cream, had some champagne, which I love. And it was super chill and also really nice. That's pretty, right? And I'm using one of the like sponge tip applicators. I want to go in, I do want to use one of the special shades, but before I do that, I think I'm just going to grab one of the mattes. How about we start with this one, but then I think I will also end up using this one and this one. So that was my actual birth date. And then my sister was like, hey, can you hop on Zoom tomorrow, which would have been Saturday, yesterday. Can you hop on Zoom at like 1 o'clock your time? Because my sister is in California. And I was like, dude, why? And she was like, can you just get on Zoom? And now my siblings are 8, 11, and 12 years older than me. So, you know, I still gotta listen to them. So I was like, fine, whatever. So I was thinking, okay, so it's either gonna be, you know, my family wanting to do like a birthday thing, or it's gonna be some kind of meeting that they want me to attend. So I was like, well, let me just make sure I look presentable when I hop on here. Of course, like I was on time and my sister was not. It was like 1:15. I'm like, girl, how long is this meeting gonna last? So how you gonna be late to something you're doing? But like all of a sudden, you know, everybody comes on screen. It's like my whole family. It's my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brother, my niece, and our family friend who's like another sister. And then like my 3 longtime best friends that I've known like since childhood. And I was like so taken aback because I was like, oh my God, what are you guys doing? I was like, I'm so confused. What's happening right now? So I had an inkling that it was for my birthday, but I don't know that I was thinking my friends would be on there, you know? So that was just really nice. And I like how one of my sisters kept being like, this your last year in your 30s. I'm like, why you gotta keep saying it though? Like, we all know. But what they did is each person shared one of their favorite memories of me. Child. I've been a mess for a real long time. Some of this stuff I don't even remember, and I was like taken aback. I was like, I did not do that. And yes, I did. So that is some of the pink mattes. Ooh. Here we go. Just want to wipe that off. Yeah, girl. One of the stories that one of my friends shared, it was her birthday. And we went out, and I drove to her house, and I was like, I'm just gonna ride with you because I'm gonna get some drinks. And I'm not gonna be driving. So, child, when I tell you, I had myself a good old time. It was her birthday, and I was having people buying me drinks. I was just walking up to people, be like, hey, give me a drink. And they're like, okay. You know, flirting with the bartender. I was doing the most, okay? And so we go back to her house, and no matter what, if like sober or inebriated, I have to wash my face at the end of the night. And so I was like, listen, I need to wash my face. Like, I cannot go to sleep in my makeup. And I was trying to like take my lashes off, and I dropped them. Child, these were like $5 Kiss lashes. But honey, when I tell you, I was acting like these lashes were gold plated, and I'm like on the floor trying to find the lashes, and she and at this time her roommate were like cracking up and trying to help me find the lashes. And they were also like, dude, can you go to bed? Just go to bed. And I'm like, no, I have to find my lashes. So I found them, and I put them in my wallet. It was just a mess. But that was funny. And then my other friend shared a story of she had come out to visit me, and we actually went to dinner with the birthday friend because like we all know each other. And I guess I had parked somewhere I wasn't supposed to, and the car got towed. And this was like, I was like, that was stupid. So the car got towed. Rather than calling somebody or getting a cab, Uber wasn't really a thing at that point. I decided we were going to walk to the towing yard. I think I'm going to go in with this special shade. And we were walking, like this was if one of my clients said they did this, I would be like, I cannot believe you were that foolish. Because we were walking, I don't even know where we were, but it was like in dark alleys and all kinds of stuff. And apparently my friend said that I said, thank God we're both from South Central LA. Child, the shenanigans. And then, you know, my niece had to bring up how I didn't like her when she was first born. I was like, okay, you were stealing my sister, so I don't know. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. The stories that people were telling, some of which I still take. Like, I'm like, I don't think that happened. There was one my mom shared about how I caused a whole fuss over a grade. But I don't remember it, but I believe her because that wasn't the only time that I've done that. Listen, I know what grade I'm gonna get. When I was in school, like I'll calculate and I know like exactly what I was gonna get. So if you come and try and say that I didn't earn that grade, like we're gonna have a problem. So I've had like mathematicians and stuff calculate stuff before, but this particular one apparently was in college and university, and I don't remember doing this. Apparently, like, we had a meeting with the dean, and one of the family friends was playing the role of a lawyer. And I wanted to be like, parents, y'all didn't think this was crazy. Y'all was putting a little bit of pressure on me, just a little bit. Child, oh my God. And my brother talked about how he had wanted a little brother and he got me. And he was like, I guess it was all right. You turned out all right. I'm like, I know. But I was definitely that little kid that was always with their older sibling. Like my brother, he had to take me everywhere with him. That must have been so annoying. He was like a preteen and I was like this little kid and he was all annoyed and I was like, I'm with my brother. Child, one thing Pat McGrath is gonna give you is she's gonna give you some fallout. But we also were laughing about like how my brother was like so upset that I'm different. I'm different from my family. My niece is actually very similar to me. But like, you know, my brother was listening to like rap and all this stuff. And I was like bopping around to Backstreet Boys. So all of his friends would be like, are you sure that's your sister? And apparently we got into an argument. And I was like, I want to listen to Backstreet Boys. They're amazing. Child, oh, we were like cracking up. It was a really good time. I felt so loved. I felt really loved. Well, because my family loves me. But it was just really cool that they put that together. Like I had an inkling that something was going on, but I wasn't quite sure. I honestly thought it was going to be some kind of business meeting or something, but it wasn't. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so now Jessa loves herself some Danessa Myricks, so I have to use my Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm. Let me grab that. So now I'm going to move on to the face. I'm actually going to use a bit of my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. I haven't tried the e.l.f. one. It seems like it's pretty comparable to the Charlotte Tilbury one. So let me know if you've given it a try. I was going to, and then I wanted to make sure to actually finish up this before trying something new. Mainly because like I'm not like a YouTuber, you know? Like I was like, chill out, girl. You don't need to buy that right now. And I am going to grab my Anisa Beauty foundation brush just to pat that in. Now, essentially, Jessa and I decided that we were going to do a look using similar eyeshadow palette or brand. And I was like, we should do a look for a friend date. And she was like, what is that? So I tend to call my like hangout time with friends friend dates. I don't know why, it just makes sense to me. So I'll text a friend or we'll be talking. I'm like, oh my God, we should set up a friend date. Like we haven't had a friend date in a while. And yeah, I don't know. What do you call your like hangout time with friends? I think also putting it in my calendar is like friend date. Like I'm going to show up. Yeah. Now, I know Jessa loves her some Danessa Myricks. So I'm going to use the Blurring Skin Balm. This is in the shade 9. And I was watching something recently and I saw that Danessa Myricks wears shade 9. Celebrities are just like us. So I am just layering that on top of the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I feel like the balm, once it sets down, that's when I like it the most. So like 15, 20 minutes in, once it's like set down on my skin, that's when I start to really enjoy it. Because initially, it feels like glowier than I want to be. So definitely like the dry down time really helps. And now I'm going to go in with some concealer. I'm using the Powerplay Concealer by CoverFx. I think I'm getting pretty much almost to the end of it. But you only need like a little bit, so it's been lasting a long time. Now I'm using this to highlight my under eyes, but I'm also simultaneously using it to cover up or clean up any of the Pat McGrath sparkles that might be on my face. I don't get fallout with her matte shades, but the special shades and shimmers and stuff, definitely. So I'm going to stick with the Anisa Beauty Pinnacle Foundation Brush and use that to blend my concealer. I like this brush. Now I'm going to take the multi-powder brush and dip into some loose powder I have here. Usually at this point I would be using a like powder puff, but let's see how this works. This is nice. I like that. I like that you can like press the powder in. I feel like some of my other pointier powder brushes, I'm not really able to do that. If I didn't mention, these are synthetic hair brushes. Now, I am going to go into my Lethal Cosmetics little face palette that I created. And I have the Buffing Bronzer brush, and I'm going to go into this shade here. It's one of their face powders. The shade is Zenith, if I remember correctly. Now, what I do remember is this is more pigmented than I expected. I'm enjoying these face brushes. I like the shape as well as the like density of this brush and the softness. Okay, so I am going to go into this Pat McGrath blush. This is in Electric Bloom. I think I'm going to stick with this multi powder brush from Anisa Beauty. I'm tapping into that. You can see that it's on there. I might need another one of these. Huh, I really like this brush. I'm surprised. I don't have any other brush that's like shaped like this for powder. The funny thing is, since Jessa has known me for a while, she like knows everything that's in my collection. So if I'm like, I'm gonna buy such and such, she's like, you literally already have that from such and such brand. Like, stay out my business. Okay, I'm enjoying this brush. I didn't realize this would be like my favorite one. I might get another one. Okay, so let's go back to the eyes. I think what I don't have is a Pat McGrath liner, but I'm going to use this Natasha Denona Macro Blade Liquid Liner, and I want to do a wing. I'm going to put on some lashes, and I know Jessa and I both like House of Lashes and their glue. I honestly, their glue is some of the best. Like, better than, what's the one? Is it the Ardell one? This glue is just good. Clear or the black one. Like, they're both really, really good. I find that it holds the lash on very well. Like, there's no like intense scent to it. It dries down relatively quickly, and you don't see, like with some lash glues, there's like a reflection or something. I don't even understand it, but you don't see that with the House of Lashes lash glue. Okay, so for lips, I am going to use Danessa Myricks ColorFix. This one is in Valentine. This one is Plum Wine. This one, Desert Rose. It's a glaze. This one. ¿Qué es esto? Creme Brulee. I think I will use Desert Rose. So here is my look for my friend date with Jessa. This was really fun to put together. It's really cute. It feels very me in terms of all the pink going on and like a cute eye look. And I definitely used some of our favorite brands collectively. Yeah, so let me know when your last friend date was. Let me know if you want to have a friend date with me. I think that's it. Hopefully some of this was helpful. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and your loved ones. You know, I just gotta tell you, drink your water. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.